All right. Hi, Washington, D.C. I saw you. Some of you were fine and dandy, man. I would stay here if it was just us. I'm really glad I saw you today. It was, gosh, how many, man? It was only, it's like a handful of nut jobs fighting for the Third Reich. It was just all of us regular folk, which is what I remember. I'm old enough. America used to be, dude. It was nice. I just really want to say hi. Thank you. No, I don't care for the humidity and the weather here. The East Coast is known for being humid. New York, it can be just fucking completely unbearable. And here is even less of an ocean wind for obvious reasons. And like I started saying right away, look, it's got to be one of the two. It's got to be the humid, and you can try to acclimate to that because you find good in other places where you live. Or I got to leave because whatever the word is, I can't take the humid and the KKK at the same time. I can't. I cannot cohabitate. So I thought, do you think he's pushy about the rent because he thinks, look, I have to allege he's in the business of jumping bitches in the house. Somebody is doing that here. And maybe let's just play semantics. Maybe they think, oh, I'm going to at some point get jumped, right? And I won't pay the rent, right? So he's desperate to get the money before I get jumped. But just look, if that's plausible. Because this dude be fucking after that rent. A little too much, a little too high, if you ask me. So this is what I'm gonna say one more time. Because of my spiritual guidance, it was shut the fuck up. We already capped all that. I made it so clear a few times. And it was, you're good. You can talk about Baltimore. You can talk about the bitches upstairs and the smuggling routes in Baltimore. Hit whatever you like on the map. Have some fun. All right? After that, shut up again. How long was this? God, almost 2 months, right? Right. That is why I'm going to live through this, in my theory. So, theoretically, if the landlord thinks I'm going to get jumped, right? You better get that rent. Let me tell him, I'm not. That was the fear factor for me. Was my guidance was, dude, they're setting up a fucking Kremlin op here. Mama, see that? Shut up. You're not going to live through that if you don't stop. I did. I'm good. I wouldn't be talking now if I wasn't. I'll tell you this, I'd be really pissed off if I couldn't. Because after I heard that chick get jumped in the kitchen, and all the drama, the shaking, oh my God, I already wrote it. I already spoke about it. I can speak about it again. But not right now. I'm not trying to do that. Whew. I was so mad that I couldn't fucking say anything. I kept asking for my guidance. When are these fucking Russian Kremlin folks leaving, dude? My guidance was the 2nd and the 3rd. By the 3rd, you're good. By the 2nd, you're fine. You're in the clear, but by the 3rd. And I still haven't gotten into all the details of a lot of things, but here on out, I'm all right. That's kind of how God has it, right? In his world, one of the final straws for me, the sirens. I got to scream over them. They all come in everyone's house here. They torture you here with the fucking EMS. That was fun. One of the final factors was hearing another fucking woman get jumped in this house, dude. Violent shit. And that's how God works. It's like, honey, just hold on. I'm going to give you strength. You're going to make it through from Christmas. You're going to see the gnarliest, horrible fucking everything. I haven't shared everything yet. Nothing like that. The jumping was one of the climax or whatever to this opera here. In this house. I'm going to get you through this. I'm going to give you strength. You're going to be quiet because I want you to live through this, my dear. This is what Jesus was saying. And give you strength. So I did everything I could just to never even speak about the fucking house, dude. You notice that? Go ahead, recap. Look at the last 8 weeks. And then I'm going to give you the strength because something really fucking terrifying is going to happen again. You don't know it, but I do. I'm Jesus, I'm God. And that's going to be in my time, on my planet, on my earth, God's earth, towards the very end of this silencing that I'm giving you strength to get through. And so, yeah, that happened right before a few days. Now it's the 3rd. I don't know, just look at the calendar. I'm really withered. So I'm glad, dude. I'm glad. Yeah, because my guidance was those dudes she's bringing ain't Russian mob. They're fucking KGB officers. And my guidance was they set up a shop upstairs. And the white lady accomplice to all of them. And then when I heard that shit, but she didn't know it. They didn't tell her, yes, we're Kremlin, we're fucking agents with the Moscow. No. She thinks she's doing this with Russian mob. You really should ask her some of this stuff. Because look, I might be a bystander, telling myself whatever I like in spiritual guidance, that's fine. But the shit I'm hearing, and I haven't even said the rest of it for the last 6 weeks, that stuff you might want to take note on and just go ahead and throw my spiritual guidance in there too. I think them dudes were KGB. I think they set some fucking tech shop and who knows. This is where it's not my department and we know that. I really don't know what that would all consist of. But they, in theory, had 2 houses. This one and the other one. And this one was the closest to all the stuff they wanted. They couldn't have asked for more. And then these people were just letting them all in. They come in every fucking way in this house. The Kremlin. And this is military and was way out of my league. You didn't know that, okay? And I had to be quiet and silent and let the federales that are all over around here go ahead and keep it under counter surveillance is the guidance I was getting, counter surveillance. You can Google all this, I should too, right? And you stay quiet and everybody's going to get out of this. But the final day was when I heard that in the kitchen. I was like, I can hardly take this anymore, Jesus. I'm really freaking out in here, dude. Like, this has got to end, man. I need to at least put this onto the tips line. We had to do something here, Jesus. He said, just hold on another couple more days. And then there was some stuff I heard after that, which I haven't written about. I will also write and I will also speak about, but we're just taking our time here, okay? I'm not in a rush. I'm trying to cook food here. You can see that. So, right. I mean, that's my take on who these guys were that were coming in. And I choose to believe after that they were coming in all kinds of ways, whenever they wanted. And they were doing stuff that the Pentagon would understand more than me if they can take a house and then they're in like, right. I mean, you guys you got my drift, right? Right. These were, my guidance was these were card carrying agents of Russia. They were Russian, flying in. It was really scary to me. That frightened me. These folks here celebrated it. These folks here, all in the family. If you ask me, you really, look, from what I've witnessed, you should ask them that. Who were these guys? What was happening in here? And at least ask them what was happening in the kitchen, dude. What's all this shit smelling in this house, man? We smell a lot of drugs here, too. This lady's telling us this stuff. We got reason to kind of ask you some questions. Look, if it's all good, we'll gladly step out of your property. But you need to answer some questions for us. That's all I've ever asked the fucking authorities to do here. Now I think it got so bad that these bitches upstairs were letting in fucking agents. Because they'll do anything for the Russian mob. And I heard that. The way they were laughing, carrying on. They were so sleazy, so fucking cheesy. They were in again. They're in the mob again, man. But it wasn't the fucking mob. No mob guy setting up no tech room shit, you fucking dumb bitch. Bringing in laptops, bitch. That's what I think was going on. I don't know. And everyone knows I really don't know. But I was getting hits on that. Like I get hits on the map. I was getting those kind of hits for this house. And they were liking it because it's so close to everything this house is. You need to figure this shit out. I'm not the professional in this department, right? I speak in layman's terms half the time because I'm so mad. I'm using profanity the entire time. That's because I'm pissed. Yeah. And I just thank Jesus that a few days after I heard that in the kitchen, it was right down there underneath he finally released my silence, because how do you keep enduring this, man? You can't. It's not whatsoever healthy. Okay. So, I'm going to go ahead and pivot and turn it down a notch, all right? My cats and I are safe. Like I said, go ahead, Mr. Landlord, be as desperate as you can every month to collect that rent. I'm living through this. Hail Mary. Thank you, Jesus Christ. I'm living through this house. It was so hard to be quiet that long. But when my life depended on it, you saw I do that shit. Yeah. So this is what we're doing for dinner. I had this extra. I was going to use it for my steak sandwich. It needs to be used. It's fresh. Let's go now. What's for dinner? The steak sandwich got delayed. We're having the most basic dinner. I don't even need to reference anything. We're going to make a roast like we did last time. It's the same piece of meat. We're going to season it with all classic traditional. All you need is garlic. You can use whatever's really in there, but this is the basic core. That's why I have it here in my bunker. Salt, pepper, onion powder. It's so good. You can do as much or little as you like. You're going to brown it like we did. You're going to roast it like we did. This, if I don't want to mash them, slice them and put them in the oven just like I did. And what are we having on top of that? Some beef gravy. I'll show you how to do that. I've been showing you how to do all this. We'll do this too. This is probably the one people are more interested in. How do I whip out a really good gravy? I've heard that it's a question often. Let's do it today because I think you got this down, right? So that's my dinner. That's my dinner in here I'm going to make for myself today. That's my next basics I got to accomplish, okay? I'm going to mop and sweep my floor. Like, who cares about that, right? Oh, no. All right. Probably don't need as many potatoes, but if I'm going to slice them, go for it. Oh, lastly, I have frozen vegetables. To save myself any extra work, because we want to do easy dinner, put your frozen vegetables in a container like this. I don't have a lot of options, or you can put it in a flatter container, roasting dish. I'm going to roast them, salt them, all of the above, throw them in the oven. I'm hardly cooking. And it's going to be mad healthy and so good. This is your all traditional pot roast dinner, or roast or whatever. All right, that's what my agenda is today. Thank you for hearing me out, whoever did. God bless America. Say goodbye.